Let's continue with part 2 of my SGC returns. The following 6 cards all came back at either 9.5s or 10s. Starting off with this 2021-2022 Leaf Pro set of Scooter Henderson. As you can see, it's autographed and numbered, 86 out of 99. Henderson, he's still 18 years old, so he cannot play in the NBA. Last year in the G League, through 11 games, he averaged 14 points per game, almost 5 rebounds, and 3.7 assists. This year, through 2 games, he's averaging 25 points a game. He has drawn comparisons to Ja Morant. Those are some pretty big shoes to fill. But it is a foregone conclusion that in next year's draft, he will be the number 2 pick. This beauty here is a 2015 Topps Tribute Foundations of Greatness, signed by Carlton Fisk, the original Pudge. This too is numbered, 10 out of 50. 24 years in the big leagues, 11-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger. He did win 1 Gold Glove. Probably the most impressive stat is that he played till he was 45 and still positioned as a catcher. So he had some strong knees. In 2018, Bleacher Report, they released their top 10 list of greatest catchers, and Fisk came in at number 9. Now that list was compiled based on career WAR, hitting, defense, and postseason success. With Fisk, he was pretty consistent throughout his career. Now, in 1985, he did explode for 37 home runs and 107 RBIs and had a career-high 17 stolen bases. But outside of that, he was, 15 to 25 home runs a year, didn't really hit for average. He finished with a .269 batting average. As far as postseason, he made 2 appearances, one in 1975 with the Red Sox. He didn't really do much in either postseason, but in Game 6, he did hit that walk-off home run, one of the most iconic World Series highlights, where he's hitting it and waving it, hoping that it stays fair. It did, and they won Game 6. Unfortunately, they lost that series. And then he also appeared in the ALCS for the White Sox in 1983. So, that's my second card that I have for you. Carlton Fisk, one of the best to ever play as catcher. Next week, the Rookie of the Year winners will be announced, and it is highly unlikely that Bobby Witt Jr. will win it. I think everyone knows that Julio Rodriguez will take home the AL Rookie of the Year. He had slightly better stats, and his Mariners did make the postseason. The Royals, they finished in last place in the AL Central. That being said, Bobby Witt had a very nice rookie campaign. He led all rookies in stolen bases, RBI, and extra base hits. He is only the 3rd American League rookie to have 50-plus extra base hits and 30 stolen bases, and only the 5th rookie in Major League history to have 20 home runs and 30 stolen bases. So it seems like he's got a very promising career. Also had 31 doubles. If the Royals can get some help around him and perhaps go back to the World Series like they did, what was it, in 2015 when they beat the Mets? I think it was 2015. But this card here, it's a 2022 Topps Series 2 image variant, and it came back as a 10. So very nice indeed. There was high expectations for the White Sox going into the 2022 season. They had this fearsome foursome in the lineup that consisted of Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Jose Abreu, and Luis Robert, a.k.a. La Pantera. Unfortunately, injuries plagued all those players except for Abreu. He played the entire season, and it is highly unlikely that he will return next year. He is a free agent, so he is going to be on the search for greener pastures. He wants to win. Robert, in 2020, He finished runner-up for AL Rookie of the Year, but he did win his first Gold Glove. This past season, like I said, plagued by injuries, he only played 98 games, but had 12 home runs, 56 RBI, a .284 batting average, and posted an OPS of .746. Staying healthy is the issue for Robert in his young career. Over the past 2 seasons, he has only played in 166 games. The talent is there. He can hit for average. He's got power, a little bit of speed, defensive prowess. Hopefully next year he can stay healthy and put together a solid season and perhaps make his first All-Star appearance. This here is also another Field of Dreams variant. If you saw the first video, I had a Giancarlo Stanton Field of Dreams variant. And I got another one here, and this came back as a 10. Very nice. As far as the value of this card, I've seen it in the $150 range in terms of the raw value. Robert, he's not quite a superstar. He's a budding star, possibly a star in the making if he could just stay healthy. But I'm going to hang on to this one. Hopefully he can put it together. Let's see what happens. All right, let's move on to football. This is a 2020 Panini Prism Neon Green Pulsar Prism autographed rookie card of wide receiver for my Philadelphia Eagles, my 8-0 Eagles, Quez Watkins. This card is an absolute stunner. Watkins, he was one of those gems that they found in the 6th round. Last year, he caught for 647 yards, including this beautiful 91-yard catch from Jalen Hurts in Week 3 against the 49ers. Unfortunately, they lost that game. This year, he has caught for 113 yards and 1 TD. The Eagles, they are just loaded on offense. So many talented wide receivers, and this is one of them. As you can see, this card came back as a 10, so I'm pretty happy about that. The last card I have for you is another Prism rookie card auto. This one from 2019, a numbered Red Wave Prism, 131 out of 149 of Chiefs wide receiver Mecole Hardman Jr. Hardman was a 2nd-round draft pick in 2019. Later that year, the Chiefs went on to win the Super Bowl, and he made his first Pro Bowl. Last year, he set a career high in yards with 693 yards receiving. This year, it seems like he's ahead of that pace. He's already got almost 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So, in addition to being a wide receiver, he also moonlights as running back, kick returner, and punt returner. The big question when Tyreek Hill made his move to Miami is who is going to be the #1 wide receiver. Now, it's fair to say that Travis Kelce, he's the #1 target for Mahomes, but he's a tight end. I don't feel like the Chiefs really need a #1 wide receiver. There's so much talent at that position with Juju, MVS, Sky Moore. They just got Kadarius Toney. Perhaps they will try to get Odell Beckham. There's enough wealth there at that position to be spread evenly. Mecole Hardman, a big part of that Chiefs offense. I would say the raw value of this card is somewhere in the $100 range. So being that it is a 9.5, you could say it's double that. Joe, if you're watching, perhaps you could chime in on my evaluation. As we get closer to the postseason, and assuming the Chiefs are in the mix, the card will increase in demand and value, I believe. So, that is it for these SGC returns. I want to thank you for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. I'll be posting again tomorrow. Thank you for watching.